Welcome back to the channel, guys. We are back with Suzy and a little bit more renovations inside. Beautiful day out. We should probably be camping. It's a Saturday or Sunday. Anyways, doesn't matter. Not a cloud in the sky. It is fantastic out here. But we still have a little bit of work to do before we really put her to the test. And we're going to start by tinting these windows. Let's get inside. All right, so please, I apologize for the mess here. We actually have been using her in the driveway, as odd as it is, but it's a lot of fun. We haven't had a chance to go out. We've been really busy. But as you can tell here, someone in the past has tried to do some work or do some tinting on it, and then they didn't like it because it's all wrinkly. Tried to take it off. I don't know how well that's going to work for me. We're going to try and use a couple of different things, maybe some razor blades. I don't know. I heard maybe using like penetrating oil. Either way, let's start by removing the old tint before we put on some new stuff. All right, so I got Gabby going ahead at scraping away all the stuff. Oh, that's a decent one because she's been at this for a little while. Clearly, this part was already done, and in the last like 10-15 minutes, this is what she was able to manage. We've been trying different things. We've got a larger scraper here. That doesn't seem to be working. The razor blade is a little bit better, but it's not really taking off any glue. It's just taking off, careful, okay, because it's really sharp. Oh, okay, that's somewhat working now. But it doesn't take away any of the glue though. Like, look at that, all the residue is still there. It's gonna be terrible.
Oh no,
so,
it's stuck to it. Oh.
And the weird part is, these pieces smell like old cheese. I don't know how to explain it, guys, but it's just the weirdest thing. Because for a while, like, we looked at each other, we're like, okay, well, did you fart? Or, because, I mean, none of us, but it just smells in here. Luckily, though, none of the other windows are tinted, so we'll be all right. We'll be able to just get these ones hopefully done pretty quickly. We want to do the side windows as well, and all the way up here, the 3 windows up there. So, okay, so you might have actually, hey, that's good. We're getting somewhere. But how about we try a hair blower? Because that's something else I read. Maybe heating it up will be a lot easier. Well, I'm not sure if you guys can hear me because the hair blower is pretty loud, but okay, turn it off.
Yeah.
But you've been heating up the tint, and it seems to be working much better. It takes a lot of heat though. If I had a heat gun, it'd be better, but you see how where she had the heat at the bottom, it kind of just peels away now. So quite a bit of heat. It's going to be quite a bit of work, but we will get this off, and then we'll move on to actually applying some of this stuff. So we went to plan D, or how many attempts have we tried to get all of this off now so far? So the heat gun does work. It just takes a lot of heat, and it's not a heat gun. It's just a regular hair blower, but I'll bet you a heat gun would be really awesome. We got the whole family involved now, so we got Alexi as well, and we've got most of it done. Like, it's almost there. So we figured, my wife's behind the camera as well, we figured while we're letting the kids do the scraping and all that stuff, we wanted to do all the sides. Well, we got some tiles. Well, my wife picked up some nice tiles. These are plastic. They're sticky tiles. And we're thinking of putting this all along the walls. Be nice and easy to clean. So, you know, naturally we said we're going to start right over top of the stove. And this is where we're at. It kind of turned out into more than we expected. So the wall was always bubbly back here, and it had some, you know, like a tapestry or whatever you want to call that, wallpaper. And it looks like, now that we've removed the actual, like, you know, the wall itself, the wood, looks like there might have been a nest in here, like a mouse nest or something. So, or maybe a squirrel. Something got in here, and we're going to clean this whole cavity out. We're going to re-insulate, and we're going to put a new board in this section, cover it over, and we'll be good. So yeah, we're getting more and more into Suzy interior repairs. Okay, so we've been at this pretty much all afternoon, but the girls managed to get all of that nasty tint off the windows. Obviously the far window, we still have to remove some of that adhesive on it, but this one's looking really nice. We haven't put any tint down, that's coming up. But while they were working on that, I managed to repair the damage that was behind that wall. So we went all the way down, as you saw, and I did locate possibly where the leak was, and that would have been the venting for this on the outside. So that's been repaired, silicone, all that jazz. So that should be good now, because of course you don't want to go through all this work and find out that it's going to happen again. So now we can start putting down some sticky tiles. Hopefully that's going to look really nice. And of course, well, some tint eventually. Okay, I think we are finally ready for some tint. The windows are nice and clean. We got our tint. By the way, if you guys are interested, I will put the link in the description where I got this stuff. It's from Amazon. It's 50%. And the ultimate reason why we're putting tint on all the windows, not necessarily for privacy, but it's also to try and keep it cooler in here. Because right now it just feels like well, you can probably tell I'm sweating in here. It's like a greenhouse. It's pretty warm. And if you run the AC, it's just really loud. You probably wouldn't hear me. So another disclaimer, never done this before on a motorhome. I've done it on my car and it hasn't turned out superb any time. So what you normally do is you're just going to kind of measure out what you need, and you go a little bit more. You can't be shy about it because there's going to be waste no matter what. So I would need approximately that. So we're going to cut that out. If I had a sharp blade, that would help too, but we'll be all right here. All the way through. Awesome. Put that aside. Now the other important part is knowing, I'm going to keep this little guy because we're going to need it for the roll here. You're going to need to know which one is the tint and which one is your backer. So you got to kind of fold it at a corner and peel it. This is going to take a while. Alright, so I actually didn't get it. My wife was actually able to get it with her nails. So anyways, now we know that this particular side that we're looking at is the clear side and this is the tint. So like I said, it's not a very dark tint, but I'm hoping it's going to do exactly what we need. So we know that we have to have it this way out. So that's good. Now, without putting that back down, we're just going to saturate the window with a slip solution, that's what they call it. So this is basically just water and some dish soap. You just want it so that it can move around a little bit. And you're also going to need a squeegee. This happened to be in the drawer, ironically enough. So we're going to take our backer off. And it's alright if you hold the edges because you're going to be cutting that off anyways. You just don't want to touch anything in the middle. And being that this is a fairly large window, it might be hard to do. So I'm going to start by doing this here. Start peeling it back. Now some people actually will apply a slip solution to the film as well. I find that I've been pretty lucky without having to do that. So now at this point, with a sharp blade, you're just going to go around the edge of the window and cut out what you don't need. And again, a very sharp blade will help, which I don't seem to have. This is where you appreciate a professional, because they make it look so easy. And this is not as easy as it looks, guys. See? They probably have much better blades too. I don't know where they get theirs, but... Or this stuff is just that good, because I can't seem to cut it. Yeah, it just doesn't want to cut. Start working working the bubbles out here. Might have to trim it one more time, but that's okay. I'd rather trim a few times. Okay. How's it looking, Gab?
Pretty good.
Not bad for... I haven't done window tint on anything in a long time, so...
I was gonna say, you did it on your car.
Yeah, it didn't turn out super great, but...
No. Where did you get that from? No, I mean the thing you're using.
Oh, this was in the drawer.
Oh.
Yeah, weird, eh?
Oh, so it looks really good though.
We'll have to trim it again over in the corner here, but we're getting there. Okay. So there you have it, guys. This is what I'm able to do right now. I'm going to blame my blade for a lot of this, to be honest with you. I mean, because it would have been better. But I also blame myself because I'm not very good at this. But this is what it is. So side-by-side comparison as to how darker it is. Like I said, this is a 50% tint. It's not very dark, but at the same time, I didn't want it to be super dark in here. Just want to kind of have a little bit of privacy and a little bit of cooling effect. So I only have, what is it, 2, 4, 6, a lot of windows to do. And hopefully by the end of it, I'll be much better than this one. Let's do all the rest of the windows and then we'll move on to some tiling. Oh, this is exciting, guys. First tile. So in order to make sure that it sticks, I'm just applying some, what is this, Super 77 from 3M. Any contact cement will do, but I want to spray the wall a little bit where I'm going to put the tile. Let it tack up. And this is, again, just an extra thing. You don't necessarily have to do this because, well, these tiles already have a sticky back. So, but they are meant for flooring, and this thing moves around. Like it's going down the road, it's going to be bouncing. Next thing you know, you'll have a tile fall off the wall, which wouldn't be cool. So I'm just taking an extra procedure here. Ooh, it's sticky, it's sticky. Which way looks best? That way or the other way? Well, I think I should put it this way. So the marbling starts off that way. Yeah. I don't think it really matters. Beautiful. And now I'm just going to push it on with my scraper. Should probably get a roller, that would be the best. Oh, it looks so good. This is amazing. I know the lighting might not be great, guys, because it's starting to get dark out. I've been at this for, well, actually most of the day, but there you go. First tile. Cool. Alright, guys, and this is what I managed to do last night. I quit, it was getting a little bit later. So this is what we got. We got like 4 tiles up. But unfortunately this morning, I had to put them back up because I checked before I went into work. And they had all fallen. They were all laying over the stove here. It's been super hot outside. I don't have a temperature gauge, but we've been breaking records left, right, and center. It's like 31 degrees all day long. It's probably why we're having issues with the glue. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of let these sit for another day and just kind of see if they're going to fall down again. Because if they do, well, then I got to kind of go back to the drawing board and figure out what I want to do. So far, they've done all day because I put these up this morning. They're still there. They're still looking okay. They're not, you know, like if I grab my nail here, they're strong. They're not coming off the wall. So yeah, okay, that's looking better. It's still hot outside, so let's wait another day and then we'll carry on. But in the meantime, I'm sure there's other stuff we can be doing. Another indication of how warm it's been, I just noticed that the rear view mirror fell off the windshield. I mean, I don't really need it because obviously being a motorhome, it's kind of useless. I'm not going to put it back up, but anyways, that's probably why I'm having issues with the tiling. So as I was saying, guys, it is super hot outside. We're in a heat wave. I think we beat a record today. I think it was like 31 degrees Celsius is what I heard on the radio. Something along those lines. So what I decided to do, since we're waiting for those tiles to see if they're going to last and if it's worth even doing, we're going to move on and doing something inside the garage where it's much cooler. And what that might be, well, we've got these little frills. If you guys seen it before, They kind of look like this. I mean, back, I guess, in the 60s and 70s, these are nice. They are kind of cool, but the sun has really done some nice damage to these. So I'm simply just going to cut them free. The reason being is because I actually really like these roll-up blinds. Not for any particular reason other than they are very, very dark. So if you want to sleep in a little bit, you're camping, you put these down, it's total darkness inside. It's pretty cool. And it does actually help along with the tint, the window tint that I installed. It's going to be even darker. Oh, and I should also mention, since we are in a heat wave, I was actually able to test out how cooler it is inside with the window tint. I don't have any scientific evidence to prove it. I forgot to put a thermometer in there, but it's probably easily 3 to 5 degrees Celsius cooler with the tint installed. It was well worth the effort, so I'm really happy that paid off. But let's stop talking here and let's just cut these ends off, install them, and see how they look. All right, so the blinds are all cut, ready to go. I'm gonna give them a quick little clean, maybe a wipe down before I put them back in the motorhome. But I thought I'd mention to you guys that here at this channel, we don't waste anything. If you guys ever noticed that when I take something apart, I've got those organizer bins behind on that table. They're always there. They're always full of older hardware that might be reused on another project. And this project is no different because I saw those frills and I thought, it's fabric. What can I do with that particular fabric to save it and do something else? Well, this is what I came up with. I mean, clearly it is the most fashionable item that we can be wearing today. It serves multiple purposes. I mean, it's frilly, it's fun, you know, it looks fantastic, and it also protects because it is plastic. It doesn't get wet. It might be a little bit difficult to clean because it might destroy itself in the washing machine, but I like it so much, I might actually ask Dave from Sunset Originals to maybe sew this up for me properly, because I just kind of stapled it together for fun right now. But look at this, this is fantastic, right? Like, come on, guys. I'm just kidding. I'm having a little bit too much fun, clearly. Maybe it's the heat, maybe I'm having a heat stroke or something going on. But anyways, let's go see what the curtains look like with the tint inside the motorhome. And this is the after, guys. I mean, it looks a lot cleaner without those frills. A little bit darker, but not too dark. It still looks clean outside. The windows are dirty on the outside, so I apologize for that. But let's take a look at it from the outside as well. Look at this. I think it looks awesome. It definitely gives it that little bit of a pop against the white. I really like the way it turned out. And like I said earlier, it is much cooler inside, which is what we wanted. And look at that. It just, sure, I didn't do the perfect job. I have a few air bubbles in the corner over here and stuff like that. But I'm not a professional window tinter, but these windows aren't so bad because they're flat. So when you get a curved window, that really makes it difficult. And you can see the difference between here because I left the window open just a bit so you can tell what we have for tint. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I won't be able to finish the tiling because, like I was explaining, the tiling, I want to make sure that we have a little bit more time with the glue. I think it's going to be okay now. It looks pretty solid. It's staying pretty there. Like, it's good. Like I don't know. We're going to give it some more time. So we're going to end the video here. And again, thank you so much for watching. I love all the comments you guys are putting out there. I really love working on this particular project. I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. If there's other content you guys would like to see, don't forget to put it in the comment section. I have a few other projects coming, of course. But until next time, thank you for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video.